Okay, we have some crazy Airbnb news for sure. We actually have two pieces of crazy Airbnb news, and actually, one of them is something that we've been struggling with a lot. So, I have a property manager, and she handles the correspondence and a lot of other things, and I jump in and help out when I can and when she's busy. But she was really, really kind of shook about the Airbnb party ban because they automatically block things and block people from booking, and there's nothing they can do about it. So basically, there's a Airbnb party ban is now permanent, but a 16-person cap on rentals has been removed. So they introduced a temporary ban on house parties and events to better follow social distancing back in 2020. Now the company says it's been pleased by the outcome, making it permanent and codifying the rules. Over time, the party ban became much more than a public health measure. It's developed into a bedrock community policies to support our hosts and their neighbors. But here's the thing with that, is that they automatically will not let certain people, if there's phrasing in there, or if there's some sort of language in the message, they will not let them book. So that's a huge problem because sometimes people are not having parties. Sometimes they just have a large family, or they have friends that they are traveling with, or they have some sort of event that is a business related event and not a party. And you should kind of, as a host, be able to say, yes, I want those people, or no, I don't want those people. And it shouldn't just be an automatic blank statement. So my property manager was so mad, so mad, so mad, so mad. She called up and said, override this, because someone was trying to book and they had some sort of language in the message when they reached out that I guess Airbnb identified it as a party. So when they did reach out, or when we did reach out, they said, sorry, there's nothing that we can do. And actually, an Uber driver was telling me that they are just a lot of people in the Philippines, which we know that. Nothing wrong with that, but they said that they just have an app that they plug in what people are talking about, and they just kind of spit out whatever the app says to people, and I totally believe that. But they said that there's nothing they can do, and they cannot override it. It's just a ban that the company did, and there's nothing that they can override it about. So you kind of have to go outside the platform to make these things happen. And then of course people are kind of nervous to do it outside the platform, and or it's way more time and effort to do it outside the platform too. So really, really, really is potentially really bothersome, and really something that it affects a lot of hosts, and something that kind of can take away people from booking your stuff. So it says, with a particular focus on open invite gatherings, those advertised on social media and house party properties, disruptive properties and events are essentially defined as those that attract complaints from neighbors. It says the suspended accounts of more than 6,600 guests for violating the party ban in 2021. Though this tiny figure, consider that the company has more than 150 million users, but still that's fairly significant. In addition to making the party ban permanent, Airbnb is lifting a 16-person occupancy limit introduced in 2020. The company says it's because there are plenty of properties that can comfortably host 16 or more people, which I completely agree with that. Multi-generational family trips and larger groups. Even prior to the pandemic, Airbnb had been slowly changing its policies on parties. Earlier in 2020, it removed an event-friendly search filter and the option for listing to be marked on parties and events allowed. It also banned party houses in 2019 after 5 people died during a 100-person party on Halloween. So, kind of crazy how that works. It's definitely not a perfect system. I always kind of err on the side of just let people do whatever they're going to do. If there's two consensual adults consenting to renting and a rental, then why wouldn't you do that? But I guess they like to go and do some sort of activist policies, if you will. So there's another kind of crazy story on here, which I thought was really, really funny, something I wanted to cover for y'all. So there's an Airbnb, I guess it's not funny, but they said they received threatening messages from their host after leaving a 4-star review. So, I mean, a host getting a 4-star review is definitely not new or crazy or different, but I mean, I think that they just hold themselves to a higher standard. If a 4-star review is going to bother them that much, and we get 4-star reviews all the time, we try to fix it, but it is what it is. It's a Dr. Alex Moore, an assistant professor at the University of British Columbia, posted a screenshot of the messages on Twitter last week, and we can see it right here. This is the screenshot. In the interest of my own personal safety as well as public safety, Airbnb, can you explain to me and everyone else why the host who sent me this is still messaging, is still active on the platform? They said this person clearly is a threat and should not be allowed to host. I have your picture, your name, and your number. You have 48 hours to remove your review, or I'm hiring a private investigator to obtain your address, and then the fun begins. You're blocked from messaging me at this number. Isn't that crazy? They said I left a 4 to 5 star review with a positive message, and the host has contacted me on my personal number with increasingly threatening text because my review brought their average down from a 5 to a 4.9, and 32,000 people did this. And this is in Vancouver, British Columbia, which I am shocked by Canadians. Come on now. I've already contacted local authorities, but beyond protecting myself, has an obligation in the public to act. Their listing is still active as of the posting, should be taken down immediately. The 33,000 people liked it. Quick update, the listing is still posted, but I spoke with the Vancouver PD, and they'll be sending someone over to tell the host to leave me alone, or else they may also revoke his license to participate in the in-house sharing program. Fingers crossed. And then this is Airbnb help support, which I think everyone knows that this is just not something that they ever get help with. I'm sending you the correct team right now to make sure you receive prompt assistance. If this is an emergency, you can feel that your personal safety is threatened, please contact the local authorities. And so obviously nothing, just did that. They said they talked to the safety team. They'll be contacting the host next. So far, no specific outcome has been guaranteed. Calling it a night. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Thank you for everyone responding and amplifying this. Stay safe. I know what you said, done is right. I think that the listing has been taken down. I can still see it through my account since I booked them previously, but others can check and confirm that it would be wonderful. So really, really crazy right there. They said that another update, the listing has been taken down, and I will continue to follow up with Airbnb help regarding next steps. Thank you again for amplifying and sharing your stories, and everyone stay safe. So what do you think about that? Looks like the listing is back up. I've yet to hear back from Airbnb from this. That's wild. This is such a wild story. Final update. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Our patients investigate. We've concluded our investigation can confirm for you that we have removed the host's account and listing from Airbnb in accordance to our policies for bullying and harassment. Thank you for sharing that you're in touch with the Vancouver police. Please know that we're able to support your investigations in accordance with policies. It's literally crazy that they had to do all this just to get this done, though. I mean, this tweet had to go viral to 32,000, 40,000 people just so this wouldn't happen. And it is really, really wild why or how this happened. And it is something that I think we're not surprised by when you deal with Airbnb, because there's really nothing that they do. They just are not a helpful platform. It says it's since taken action against the host, spends about $50 million a year on payouts to hosts and guests who have negative experience. The company also reportedly faces thousands of sexual assault allegations a year, but the company works hard to ensure those cases never make it to the public eye. Fewer than 0.1% of stays involve safety issues, stating that most of its payouts are related to property damage. However, the company receives over 200 million bookings a year, which roughly 200,000 stays could involve incidents related to safety. More so, they really enjoyed their stay at the host property so much they gave the host a 4-star review. Would certainly stay here again if I found myself in Vancouver for a few short days. So it was a wild story. Let me know what you think about that. We'll see you soon.